Hey guys, welcome back to an interesting video by Maximus. So today we're back with more Injustice Gods Among Us. So as you guys can see, Injustice 2 Superman Challenge is still online for about 4 more hours. And on Survivor, we have the LexCorp set rotating back in. And finally on online multiplayer, we have the EVII stick up for grabs. So it looks like they're kind of repeating all the gears again. They recently repeated the Gauntlets of Azrael, and now it's the EVII stick. So it looks like the mother box is not coming out anytime soon. I've been waiting for it, as like most of you guys. So I'm guessing they might repeat even more gear or even more characters. It doesn't look like they have the mother box or whatever Blackest Night Doomsday coming out again anytime soon. So we'll see about that. So anyway. Today we're doing the Elite 7 Level 50 review of Containment Suit Doomsday. So I did not mean to do that. So let's sort by level. And he's right over here. So originally this is supposed to be on Arkham Origins Deathstroke. However, the block breaking is broken right now, so I can't really show you how awesome he is. So I'm gonna wait until that's fixed, and we'll come back to Arkham Origins Deathstroke. So today we're gonna look at Containment Doomsday. And he is a very underrated, underused character, but he can be really, really good. So let's jump into his card straight away. So first off, let's take a look at support enhancements. He has Kryptonian Origin for health, Death of Superman for damage, as well as fast regeneration for energy regeneration. So there you have it. So his stats, they are really, really low, as you guys can see. He has about 24k damage and about 38k health, and let's compare it to anyone basically near him. Alright, let's take a look over here compared to Deathstroke and Darkseid. So as you can see, Deathstroke has higher damage than he has, slightly, and Darkseid has a ton higher damage than he has. Health, they both, Darkseid has like more than double of his health, and Deathstroke has about double of his health, but that is not a big factor, so we'll see it just a little bit later on. So I forgot to actually mention about the Darkseid, that you can only get him through his challenge, because I kind of glossed over that part in the last video. So for Doomsday, you can get him from the challenge pack, the most wanted pack, or if you've completed his challenge. So those are three ways you can get him. So let's talk about his combos. So he has a 3-hit heavy combo, unlike the other Doomsdays which only have 2-hit combos. And his light attack is 3 hits followed by a 1-hit combo ender. And without further ado, let's take a look at his design. So when I first saw this design, I thought that it looked really stupid and it did not look cool at all, considering how the Doomsday Prime looks really, really cool with all those spikes and all. But well, he's pretty much just a guy in a green suit. So his passive is really interesting, but we'll get to that. So he's basically just a guy in a green suit with red goggles and this sort of this pack thing on his back. So I believe this was from the comics, where he was placed in this suit in order to prevent him from causing more damage, causing more trouble. I'm not too sure about that, but basically he pretty much looks pretty dumb in my book, at least. However, his passive is really, really interesting, so excuse me. So let's break it down. So 3 times per match, and in the face of certain defeat, which that one pretty much means nothing, Doomsday will immediately regenerate 50% of his total health and power, while receiving a 10% damage increase. So basically what this means is that he has, after you kill him, or supposedly kill him, he'll revive himself back to half health, and he will get half of his power, as well as he has a 10% damage increase. And after you kill him again, he'll revive himself again, and he can revive himself 3 times basically. So basically that means he has 2.5 times of his stated health over there, which is 37k. So basically he has that 37k followed by 3 times of half the 37k. So actually he has pretty high health, over 100k actually. So pretty high health actually if you calculate it and don't just look at the raw stat. And his damage will increase by 10%, followed by another 10% and another 10%. So his damage isn't too bad either, although his basic attacks are pretty slow, even though this time it's a 3-hit combo. So, but his revival does have many advantages, and I will point them out right here. So first off, it's really good against Raven Prime. And this is the reason why I feel that he's very underrated, that he can handle all these characters really well. So first up, he can handle Raven Prime really well, because when Raven does her health swap, and you, if you time it correctly, basically when you're at low health, you get her to do the health swap with you, and now you're both at low health. So, well, you're at low health, but you will revive yourself. So, and you have 3 revivals. So, if you revive yourself and then you hit Raven again, then she swaps with you, she will be at about less than half her health. And you can still revive twice more, so you can pretty much take her out. And that's not the only Injustice character he's good against. He can also be quite strong against the Batgirls, because when they hit him with Special 1, the extremely overpowered Special 1, after the Special 1 ends, he'll revive, so that pretty much negates their super buffed power, the Cloak of Destiny setup and all. And for Ares as well, Ares, when he hits Doomsday with his Special 2, Doomsday will just revive, and he has 2 more revivals after that. Although now he can't block, but it's better than losing one entire character. And he's also pretty good against both Killer Frost, since they dampen his energy regeneration. When he revives, he'll automatically get back half of his power, so their energy, preventing him from generating energy, is not really effective strategy against him, and that's just a few ways that he's really useful. Besides that, he's great in multiplayer and Survivor. Not so much multiplayer, but more of Survivor. So for Survivor, as you know, it's based off your enemies are based off your stats. So he has deceivingly low stats, which would mean that you would face enemies according to his stats accordingly. But as you guys know, he will revive 3 times, and his damage will increase each revival. So in reality, they are displaying a low stat, and you get enemies based off your low stat. But you actually have higher stats, so that's great. And I actually have tested him in Survival, and he's great. Basically, when I was still really weak and I had him at Elite 1, I had him on a team with 2 normal ranked goals, not Elite, and he was at Elite 1. And the other goals pretty much died after Fight 3, and he pretty much soloed Fight 3, Fight 4, Fight 5, and Fight 6 by himself, just because every new Survival match, you will have 3 revivals again. So that's really, really great to use him in Survivor. Although in the later part of Survivor, he's not as effective, but he's still really good in my book. So enough talking, let me recommend some gear. So first off, let's take a look at his own gear. I actually forgot to do this with Darkseid as well. I forgot to take a look at that own gear, although most of the time it does not really matter. So first off, I would actually recommend his own gear, which happens to be the mutated bone spike. So it gives 70% damage boost to his basics, and it gives heal on Special 1, which is really useful for lasting even longer, and 25% unblockable chance, although that's broken now, so it will be better when it's fixed. And next, I recommend using health gear, particularly the 4th world set, the 2-piece 4th world. So we have the chest plate and the helmet, which is really, really useful. So with this, we have heal on Special 1, more basic attack, as well as unblockable chance, as well as even more health, and reflecting specials, take no damage from basics, and another revival with the 2-piece 4th world. And take note that the 2-piece 4th world revival will occur before his passive revival, so this pretty much gives 4 revivals, and that's massive. Then we have even more power generation, more blocking, which is great, and stun chance on tagging, although that's not really that useful in the case of Doomsday. So let's put him in some test fights, and let's give him some teammates. So let's see what we have here. Well, let's get out of this fight. And let's jump into it over here. So for teammates, no one really in particular. He'll fit into any team, but for the purposes of the review, I'm gonna put in animated Harley Quinn, and I would actually recommend having John Stewart Green Lantern, who's actually over here, because his emergency barrier will be even more helpful in your quest to stay alive. So let's see if he can handle this fight well enough. So let's get right into it. So we have the emergency barrier, 4th row revival, and his passive revival. So that's a whole ton of revivals right there. So radiation hitting pretty strong, but since he has pretty low health stat, so yeah. So we pretty much blocked it, and as you can see, we still have a ton of health left. So we're pretty much destroying them, and we get hit by the hammer slam, but that's alright. So we hit by a bang as well, but that's blocked and reflected. So let's show off special 1, and emergency barrier does trigger. So this is ultimate liftoff special 1. Alright, so now let's show off special 2, which is called Countless Deaths. And it does hit for a ton of damage. So there is the resurrect from the 4th. So it's a circle, and it's just a ton of hits. Then it's a rapid swipe. So it's 3 hits with the circle and a shoulder smash for the rapid tap. Rapid swipe, I'm sorry. So, forgot to cover that in my first part of the video. So, team damage boost by Harley, although it does not really help at all. So, I've been showing you guys the heavy combos. So, I'm going to show you guys the light combos in the second test fight. So, here is his super. Same as all the other Doomsdays. And I really like this super. It used to be one of my favorites. And there we go. Destroying her for the victory. So in this fight, we got to see some of his revival. We got to see John Stewart Green Lantern's passive and the 4th world revival. So that's really cool. Let's jump back into the fight, and let's show you his light attacks. So let's tag him in. So alright, forgot to block that. So it's 3 hits, and then they're kind of like a double X handle smash. So there we go. His special 2 does do quite decent amount of damage though, so it isn't too bad. So we get hit by a hammer slam. Joker is in it for bang bang, blocked, and emergency barrier triggers. So let's go for the countless deaths. And rapid swipe. Bam, so it's a 4-hit combo is the special 2. So let's go for the ultimate liftoff for regaining some health, although we miss. And that's kind of one of the downsides of the special 1, that he has to have, it's pretty limited range, I'd say. So even more of a heal. There we go, smashing Harley right off. And he does block really well with the increased blocking from the 4th world helmet and the increased health, so that we get hit by the bang on purpose for the evolutionary rebirth. So as you can see, our attacks are getting stronger, and Harley with the heal on herself. Our attacks are getting stronger, and we do gain that power when we revive. So we'll try to show that if you guys was taking notes. So let's get hit by a hammer slam on purpose. And let's get off ultimate liftoff so we can kind of see the power gained. So let's get hit by the move on purpose, and there you can see we gain some power. Although that does not look like 50%, and that they claim that is the power we should gain. That looks more like a half a bar or so, because most of that power gain was from actually taking the hammer slam unblocked, and it was not from the passive. So that is what he is like. So now let's talk about his overall usefulness. So but before that, I forgot to show off his special 1, special 2, as well as special 3, or his super, a mass destruction it's called. So overall usefulness, I'd say that he is not really that useful anymore nowadays, although I described some of his uses, good uses earlier. But I'd say that he really is only useful in the first part of survivor mode, and if you are really comfortable with it, multiplayer, but it wouldn't be that fast paced because you'll be reviving a lot and also, but he is actually useful in multiplayer as well if you guys are patient enough, which I'm not, so that's just on my part. But that's pretty much his usefulness, and he'll fit into any team. He doesn't synergize with anyone in particular, so That's my review of Containment Doomsday. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and